In this video, we will go through the top 5 opportunities created as a result of AI in real estate. There is a lot of hidden information that has now come to light because AI is able to read and analyze more data than most humans. Think about automation of tasks, interacting 24/7 via chatbots, and the ability to invest with certainty of increased profits. Taking advantage of these opportunities will give you the edge over your competition. Welcome to day 82 in our 100-day series. Today we'll be looking at the top 5 real estate AI-enabled opportunities. Now, this has come about by the special changes that artificial intelligence is introducing to different industries, but real estate specifically has the advantage of recently going through minor changes due to the influx of funding into prop tech organizations or prop tech businesses. And prop tech just stands for property technology. Real estate traditionally tends to lag behind all other industries in adopting technology, but with prop tech already on the way and delivering some changes, AI is just going to spearhead further changes and push the trajectory further in the direction that we would hope for. So no longer should real estate be lagging, it should just take advantage of what there is at the moment. Now, I have experience in both the real estate industry and the IT industry. I've founded an app in the past, ValApp, which was an app designed to help do property appraisals and development appraisals. That app still exists and is still going, but AI brings an even greater increase in terms of returns on the app and the performance of that app. The AI side of things has changed it has changed a lot in terms of how you can utilize the information that's available publicly and privately in order to determine what decisions you should be making. Now, the potential is huge. McKinsey Global came up with a study that found that generative AI, just Gen AI alone, would generate between $110 billion and $180 billion just for real estate. So the funds are not little, and there are opportunities that anyone can take advantage of. Especially you in the real estate sector, you should be looking at your operations to determine where you can take advantage of this new way of operating. So the top 5 that I've come up with, I've listed, and we'll go through them right now. So the first one is data-driven insights. Now, real estate thrives on data, and real estate has a lot of data that is gathered over hundreds of years. And they are uniquely positioned to be able to take advantage of information that they get free of charge, and they probably save within their businesses. So if you use things like your CRM would have some information on your clients. Your CRM would also have information on the properties that you've rented or let out. So all of that information is good data. There's also data that's just bespoke and unique to your organization. So that gives you an uncommon and unfair advantage over your competition. All you need to do is harness that information, feed that into a model or train a model, and then ask that model questions about things you're interested in. And the kind of questions you want to be asking, or you may want to ask, would be the questions about future pricing, questions about current pricing. If you tie that information with sentiment analysis, you can also work out what the state of the current business is and use that to make your business decisions, and ultimately spot investment opportunities that you can either acquire yourself or present to your customers. Top opportunity number 2 is automated workflows. Now think about the labor-intensive tasks that your staff would complete. So things like property appraisals, manually doing lead generation, some client interactions like onboarding of clients and offboarding of staff. All that takes a lot of time and is mundane, and it tends to be the same thing over and over. Now, anything that's repetitive, that takes time, anything that's labor intensive is prime and ripe for automation. So if you're able to crystallize the information that you need in order to define what it is you need to automate, then that makes life easy for AI partners to deploy something that would automate all those tasks for you. So as an example, if you do property appraisals, and what you do with property appraisals is you have a spreadsheet, you take an address, you look at the area, you go off somewhere, you try and get comparables and all of those processes. Just get a system that can do that for you via an API. You just get an address, you send off a request to an API via an API, and bang, the result comes back to you. So you can use that to appraise a lot more properties, and it's not taking up anyone's time unduly. Then once you get something that looks like it works, then you can get a human in the loop to finalize the appraisal and make a decision on that basis. So the benefits are quite obvious. Time savings, you're able to do a lot more in the same amount of time that you would have taken previously, and you can minimize errors, because with the automation, provided you set the rules correctly, the responses should be the same and consistent, and there'll be no errors due to tiredness or boredom or people just losing track or being distracted whilst they're doing their appraisal. Opportunity number 3 is enhanced customer service. Now, with this one, think about chatbots. Think about interactions that your clients would have with your website or your social presence. And what that would do is, with your chatbot is available and working for you 24/7. It doesn't go to bed. It doesn't ask for pay rises. It just does what you've asked it to do consistently. And your client, regardless of the time of day they get in touch with you or come in contact with your website, they would get some level of response and some level of satisfaction. So think about those chatbots, and then what even the superpower that these chatbots now have is the ability to query a large language model like ChatGPT behind the scenes, and that's where the AI powered feature comes in. So if there are any questions that it gets asked that it doesn't know, it would be able to query some like ChatGPT. Using ChatGPT's natural language processing capability, it's able to respond in an intelligent way. Yes, you don't want it to take too many business critical decisions without any human getting involved, but the key things like onboarding clients or helping your clients complete transactions or helping a tenant pay their rent or raise a query, all these things can be done without a human getting involved. The fourth opportunity is predictive analytics. So it's slightly different from the data-driven insights. Predictive analytics is about the predictions, and the predictions will be based on data that your machine learning model has been trained on. And you can use this for investment and marketing strategies. So you detect trends, you can make forecasts based on data, and you can train models based on the different algorithms that you have. And you can vary the algorithms and test the results to work out which one works best. But the key thing that predictive analytics gives you is the ability to see beyond where you are now based on historical data. Now, clearly, there needs to be a human in the loop. We've got recent examples of where predictive analytics has gone wild because not all the data that was required to make a decision was available. So speaking specifically of Zillow's attempt to automate the acquisition and disposal of properties, then the pandemic hit and there's just no historical data that any model would have been trained on that could simulate the pandemic. Now the future ones would be lucky because they've had one pandemic's worth of data, but at the time there was just no comparable, so that model failed. But other than that unique experience, you now have the data that you can use to predict the future, and then we can remove any outliers or anomalies and just base your decisions on what's actually valid and what's reliable. And then always have a human in the loop when it's making those decisions as well. So the final one is concision. I got this one from the word from Mackenzie's report, but the actual functionality that it's referring to is the ability to search thousands of pages of documents within minutes. And if you picture an organization that's been going for 20 years. They've had tenancy agreements, lease agreements, mortgage agreements, legal contracts, all stored in their database. And if you come along and you want to know something about anything that happened 15 years ago to do with a specific contract, now you'd have to find somebody that will go through all the documents to find exactly the information that you're after, the exact clause and the exact page. Now, this is where machine learning and artificial intelligence comes in, because you can pass all that information to your artificial intelligence model and it would find the information that you are after. It's able to read all the documents, be they in PDF format or in docx format or Word documents, or even some comma separated files and CSV, Excel. It's able to read all of those documents and pull out the intelligence that you are after. So this one is a wonderful opportunity for many organizations, especially where there are loads of contracts that need to be reviewed and where specific terms need to be extracted. So all you need to do is work with the right organization to create a model that you can use for this. But the flow and the architecture already exists. It's called RAG, so that's retrieval augmented generation. And retrieval augmented, think about the augmentation aspect, which is where your document or the sections of your document that need to be queried will be passed to your large language model, and that large language model uses your document as a context from which it will provide you a response. So one of the benefits is that using RAG reduces the chances and the incidence of a hallucination, and that's where your model or the chatbot responds with an answer confidently, with that where in actual fact that answer is completely incorrect. So you provide the context, which would be the document, and then it reviews the document using its natural language processing and provides you with a response. So that's the fifth of the top 5 opportunities, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please do leave a comment if there's any that you find of interest, or if I've missed anything, do leave a comment. I'll be very, very happy to work with you. Now, we are AutoRead.ai. We specialize in automation and in adopting AI within organizations. So feel free to reach out to us via email at uwa@autoread.ai, or go to our website autoread.ai and do request your free AI audit. We'll get in touch with you when you join our wait list, and we'll be sure to provide you with a report that will tell you how your organization can adopt AI and start taking advantage of this unique opportunity that we have at this point in our development. So you can also reach us on our social media platforms, AutoRead.ai, on Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Feel free to leave us a comment and do let us know your thoughts. Any comments will be responded to. So until next time, thank you very much for listening, and feel free to watch another one of our historical sessions on this channel.